The Buckeyes cruise. They win it by 32, the largest victory margin in OSU's NCAA tourney history. The 98 points also matches Ohio State's NCAA scoring record set in 1960 against Western Kentucky. Sullinger 18-8 in just 22 minutes. Those 15 assists for Kraft, the most ever for a Big Ten freshman in any game, and most for a Frosh in the history of the NCAA tourney. But it was the Lighty who was the biggest star in his hometown. Speaking afterwards with our Dion Miller.
Thanks, guys. Well, you get your diploma, and then you cannot miss from beyond the arc. What is it like to be out on the court and hit like you were today?
I mean, it's unreal, especially when it starts off so early. Making shots like that, it just gives you that much more confidence. I mean, if you have an inch, you're going to let the ball go, you know.
Such a different start to the game compared to Friday. They tried to slow things down on Friday, and then today they're really pushing the pace. How much pride do you guys take in the fact that you could adjust and then really take advantage of this one?
I think we take a lot of pride in it, especially with so many, options that teams try to come at us to try to get the win and the different game plans that they have. I mean, it's a big chess match each game coming in. You never know what they're going to do. And for us, I think we started off a little slow, but, once we figured it out and started getting stops and rebounds, we got into the flow quick.
We had home cooking last night. You might want to repeat that meal, whatever it was, next week when they take on Kentucky.
It is Kentucky up next. The Wildcats advanced to Newark with their win over West Virginia on Saturday. The Bucks, for what it's worth, 5-0 all-time against the Wildcats in this tourney, though they have not played since 1987. The winner of that one gets either North Carolina or Marquette. They were both winners on Sunday. Jimmy, this was about as thorough a domination as you will ever see. George Mason got off to a nice start, and from there it was a complete onslaught for Ohio State. So I know it's tough to pinpoint just one thing, but we're going to ask you to do that. The Principal Financial Group edge to the game for Coach Mata and the Buckeyes.
Well, to me, it's been the theme of this Ohio State team all year. It's on the defensive end. We can talk about three-pointers. We can talk about Jared Sullinger down low. But aggressive defense, more commitment to man-to-man, keeping your guy in front is why this team has become a better defensive team. And overall, that's why they're the number one team in the country. You see William Buford finishing. Again, David Lighty applying pressure 20 feet away, forcing a traveling call. Again, defense closing down the driving lanes, another travel. That is why this Ohio State team has been so tough. Yes, they have the weapons on offense, but it's been defensively where they really made the biggest strides.
George Mason went 10 minutes without a field goal in the first half. It is very difficult to win a game. I'm sure it's been done. But it is tough to win a game in the NCAA tournament when you go 10 minutes without a field goal. So the defense was great. What else stood out?
They're the most dominant number one team, and I'll tell you why. They're averaging 86 points a game, okay? Shooting 58% from the field, 56 from the three-point line. But more importantly, out of 65 field goals, 49 of those are off of assists compared to 22 turnovers. A balanced team, a dominating team, and that's why they have the best opportunity of the number one seeds that are still left, in my opinion, to win because they're playing like a machine right now, and they're not turning the basketball over, not creating, unnecessary, unforced turnovers on themselves.
Look like the best team. Probably have the toughest road, though, and we thought that at the outset, and not a lot is broken in terms of that bracket. Has been one upset there, but it is going to be tough.